Greetings, one and all. This is on, right? Yeah, it's a little test. Who cares if anyone's watching or not? I'm gonna be sharing the link, but I'll admit I haven't been as active or on the up and up as every other content creator nowadays. But tonight, and considering it's almost the end of the summer, that's about to change. So, anyways, for those watching, yeah, this is the first of my special video confessionals, and I'll try to keep this as civil and to the to the point as possible. But I'm not making any true promises, or am I? Okay, enough bullshit. Um, like I said, yeah, for those watching, thanks for. All right, I don't know where else to begin except for the following. First and foremost, well, obviously my channel isn't dead, nor do I have any wishes to abandon or delete it whatsoever. Though I have been contemplating on the latter on occasion, if not often. Granted, you have to forgive the toilet noise in the background. It'll cool down in a moment. So granted, my content release frequency hasn't been constant enough, nor have my choices been on the up and up, or anywhere near or beyond a certain audience's expectations. But who the hell am I to beat around the bush, right? Also, considering I'm already in my mid-30s, obviously, and well, many within said age range are supposed to have their shit together by that milestone. And well, surprise, surprise, I'm still single and semi-struggling. But I dare someone to take the piss and rub it in. And until now, I've been facing all the worst of what the world can provide, especially through the web. And I've been patient about and talking of certain aspects of life and of course how the site works up until now. But why hold anything in, right? For too long. For too long, I've been coming to terms with my lesser points, namely, imperfections, setbacks, momentary lapses, past experiences, and in addition, and forgive any self comparisons, by the way, why I haven't been reaching the same level of success with any and all of my ventures, including vlogs like this. Well, hence why I've been time and time again contemplating not only the deletion of this particular channel, which obviously I'm not going to act on whatsoever, but also the end of my very existence. Again, I'm not acting on that either. Despite my need to avoid letting life pass by like an F-14 Tomcat. And by now, I've been making every fucking restless effort. Let me just start that from the top. I'll do a post edit. I'll do an alternate post edit version if need be. But by now, I've been making every fucking restless effort. Damn it! See, and that's exactly why live streams aren't my thing, and I'm doing everything I can to change that. And just every effort I try to apply, I always end up half-assing it. And okay, you know what? By now, I've been making every fucking restless effort to curtail the following causes behind said lesser points. And well, I'd fasten my seatbelts because these lesser points, obviously, I know you're already aware of them, or found some way to work to work one's way around them. The fact is, I'm never on the same page with anyone, regardless of what situation I'm faced with. It's like everyone's got their own agenda, aspirations, beliefs, boundaries, standards, you name it. Hence why, well, it's been a huge pain in the ass for me to trust and or work with others, though. I have done so in the past, as long as I'm accomplishing what they want and need, and not deviating or doing anything to throw them under the bus. Second, my sense of productivity's been for shit, and I can never manage my schedule effectively, and I'm always throwing myself and or others, though not as often in the latter case, under the bus as a result. Like, obviously, I know it's a shitty way to keep oneself on their toes. My lack of initiative has been, it's like Then there's my lack of initiative when it comes to impossible feats, like what you're viewing here. Hence, this particular live stream slash video confessional. Amongst other common goals, many try to set for themselves, regardless of how the hell they turn out, and mostly how indecisive I am in terms of taking too goddamn long to think, chatter mentally or privately, come up with or fish out any like unnecessary ideas. Hence, what also pisses me off. I'm way too goddamn reserved and antisocial, despite my immortal desires to own and live up to my routines and destinies without being judged whatsoever, though the latter can and will occur as random as the Keno lottery. Not to mention how extremely tired I am of giving Christ knows how many fucking shits about what everyone else thinks and or believes, and even the sensitivity to criticism I rarely suffer with, notwithstanding how capable I am of letting every commentary sink in, whether via text or verbally in person, you name it. I have a rather uncanny and degrading tendency to overthink depending on the situation I'm enveloped within, and to procrastinate, especially when it comes to important matters, like again, hence this video confessional, but amongst other common ass goals. And as opposed to every other idol I look up to, not counting family, God forbid, I never measure up to their highest standards, regardless of my own efforts and traditions, and always end up at the bottom of the goddamn barrel. And there's even the complicated ass balance between perfection and repeating the same fucking mistakes. Hence why it's important to function below, if not close to, one's own capabilities, let alone understand or ascertain one's own weaknesses and improve beyond them. Though I'll admit, even before now, I still find said objectives to be a raging pain in the ass. But like I said, I do tend to work my way around them and then some. Anyhow, with these being pointed out, amongst many I wish I could have included, if possible, I might also include them in the comments area when this stream's over. To everyone else that's in the same bracket as yours truly, your worth shouldn't be measured by wealth, the prestige of one's own accomplishments, but in the hearts of those who enjoy, admire, and support you, not to mention the content and or your ventures. It also shouldn't be determined by the circumstances of one's own birth, the upbringings, and or the opinions of others. You're more than just the unnecessary ass labels society attempts to place upon your ass, and then some. And also, the sooner I comes to grips with that, plus what I intend to point out, the better. I am living fucking proof, that even when life feels impossibly bleak, dark, lonely, and difficult, there's no reasonable doubt that there's hope for not only me and everyone else. Well, but everyone else, generally. Hope that those that fucking losing my train of thought here. Forgive any lapses. So, anyways, there's this hope that resonates from the love and support of those that see us for who we truly are, and what we've been put on this earth to truly accomplish. And also, don't dismiss it in any form. Never ever dismiss any of that, or take it for granted. Therefore, I leave you and continue to carry with myself even today all of the following final challenges. Should anything ever happen to be difficult for you whatsoever, figure out a way to work around said difficulties, whether solo or alongside a companion or a team. Move on to something else if nothing works out your way, and to be that beacon of hope for someone else. That is, if you have the mental capacity to for the latter. And together we can change the world. Oh, and I almost forgot. There's four traits that I really wish I could have brought to the table more often, even in person. Yeah, granted, I do tend to I still have a long way to go to improve upon them, and then some. Spontaneity. Forgive the mispronunciation, by the way. Spontaneity, presence, loose association, and engaging conversations. Regarding the first pillar, you have to practice being spontaneous by expressing one of your first ideas of fun when starting conversations. As soon as you have your list of first natural ideas of how to start said conversation. It's about how quickly you can take one and express it with fun emotions. Don't hesitate. Try to find the perfect opening line, or you'll miss your window of opportunity to add to a conversation. In order to get this, in order to get to this point, it takes practicing this through repetition in social interactions. Practice just jumping into the chaos in conversations without rehearsing what to say. Since conversations are usually messy and loose anyway, and or all over the place, just jump into the glorious catastrophe by blurting out one of the first ideas that come to your mind. And as soon as you blurt something out, you've just initiated a conversation. And remember, it's not knowing about what to say. Okay, I fucked that up. Remember, it's not about knowing what to say. Okay, this is my last attempt. Again, this is why I always edit everything after. Remember, it's not knowing about what to say. And remember, it's not about knowing what to say. It's about expressing ideas you have of what to say. And for presence, the second pillar, be present with what others are saying and don't have inner conversations with yourself. Hence, though in my case, I tend to go that path. But as long as I try to avoid it to the best of my ability when I'm around others. You can't have a conversation with yourself and someone at the same goddamn time. The key is to immerse yourself in visualization of the ideas other express in conversations. Bottom line, stay present with visualization, and you'll constantly have a stream of ideas to express back to maintain conversations. Now to the third pillar, loose association. You have to apply it with emotional value. This is about This is about identifying your favorite. Again, you'll have to forgive the momentary lapses. Emphasis on that shit. This is about identifying your favorite ideas from what they've expressed and loosely associating your ideas to add value to conversations. As you show your natural energy of fascination in something they said, you add emotional value because others like your positive energy. Everything you need to know about what to say next is contained in what the other person just said back to you. So just listen, visualize, identify what you're most enthusiastic about and what they said. Then let your imagination loosely come up with ideas about how to associate or connect with what they've brought to the conversation. And lastly, engaging conversations. You have to keep conversations bouncy and going by pushing to the future or pulling to the past. Staying in the present gets, it gets relatively dull eventually because it can get too detailed. For example, if you're having a conversation about how your day went and how his day went, or those of other subjects for that matter, then staying in the present with its topic would eventually get so goddamn dry and boring it'll envy even R2D2 or Grogu. Okay, all random pop culture references aside, and obviously the last one I'll ever pull out of my ass, because once you've answered how your day went and you know how his day went or her day went or any other participating subject for that matter, at some point it just becomes overkill to keep adding more details to how your day went. To keep the conversation bouncy, dynamic, and engaging, push it to the future, like with asking about his plans for the weekend. Okay, let me just take that from there. Again, I'll re-edit if need be. Push it to the future, like with asking about his plans for the weekend, or pull to the past, like with asking about what he did last weekend, or again, not just any participating subject for that matter. The point is to use topics pertaining to the future or to the past to draw up more excitement and fascination so you don't stall out in the present. And also want to wrap up with a couple of other quotes as well, too. Each of us is a weapon or a tool or app in my case. Even if the time comes to use them again, it'll never be an easy choice, but we have no choice but to keep moving forward. No matter how far, run for all you're worth. Looking at you, Battle Royale. Oh, and also, should you happen to come across any group, team, or family that suits your needs, wants, sensibilities, etc., you can be a part of it too. The adventure is in yourself, and the family are the people you bring together for the ride. wherever you go, whatever you do, whatever happens to you, just keep going forward. Keep making mistakes, well, as little of them as possible. Keep getting better and better, but make sure to take responsibility for yourself always. But make sure to take responsibility for yourself always. Again, I'll re-edit that if need be. And you won't need regrets. And you won't need regrets. Your dreams are the real truth. May they always be there as your compass to carry. Okay, this is my final momentary lapse. Anyways, yeah, again, forgive any slip-ups on my part. Your dreams are the real truth. May they be there as your compass to carry with you as we become the future. Until then, thanks for coming to my TED Talk, or in this case, my Psych Talk. Salutations one and all, and hope everyone enjoyed and what everyone got. Hope everyone got what they needed to out of what I've been pointing out. Salutations one and all.